So these are the last stages now. All the sensors have been removed. We're just thinking of that to add some more detail at the very bottom.
This project started with our visiting research fellowship at the Museum of Applied Arts and Sciences. There we looked at their Asian textile collections. The most memorable object was the green kimono. It depicted a scene of a natural environment with oceans, skies, mountains and birds.
This kimono inspired us to create a large-scale fantastical scene for the viewer to immerse into. Through this scene, we wanted to highlight the interconnectedness between all entities within the natural world. My name is Agnieszka Golda and my area of research is installation art and textiles. My current research centers around connections between art, humans, the natural environment and the spirit world.
So these are the 3 samples that you screen printed the other day. Once we got the formula right, then we can get the screen printing. Yeah,
that sounds good.
Yeah. My name is Jo Law. I'm an artist researcher. I'm interested in the transformative relationship between art, science, technology and culture. This research fellowship at MAS gave us great sources of inspiration. In the range of textile objects we viewed, the different embroidery techniques used to create complex images were particularly inspirational.
We adopted some of the embroidery techniques into our artworks in order to incorporate electronic components and new materials such as graphene into fabric. In terms of process, we focus on the idea of slow textiles, a method of sustainable making that responds to current ecological issues. Artist Martin Johnson and I developed a slow and labour-intensive hand stenciling technique on cloth to create the various scenes.
The main electronic components embedded into the fabric also followed the slow textile principles. The flapping birds and the fabric speakers are simple handmade electronic components that transmit sound and stimulate movement.
Everything's handmade, hand sewn, hand soldered and printed.
Based on our research fellowship, we initiated a Global Challenges project at UOW titled Material Science, Slow Textiles and Ecological Futures. The project brings together material science, contemporary art and climate science to create artworks that responds to the current environmental challenges we face.
The synthesis and development of materials for this project should be as green as possible, and this is the most challenging part of the project for me. My name is Sepitar Sayar. I'm a materials and fabrication scientist. My part in this project is to make conducting smart materials by using graphene. Graphene is a single-layer, 2-dimensional carbon nanomaterial with promising thermal, electrical, mechanical and biomedical properties that can be harnessed and used to develop eco-friendly green electronic devices. I became involved in this project because it brings me an opportunity to apply my knowledge and expertise in new fields. Synthesis of materials involves using lots of chemicals that are not always eco-friendly. Sometimes it's very challenging and not easy to modify a well-established method, but it can be looked at as a great opportunity for new learning. I hope that through the experiences I gain through this collaboration, I can develop more versatile and green and eco-friendly materials for a variety of applications through collaboration of art, science and ecology. That we can draw public's attention to the important issue of sustainable energy.
Yeah. And we are actually thinking of screen printing that image in graphene so it can be touched and therefore it will respond.
I'm Helen McGregor. I'm a Future Fellow in the School of Earth and Environmental Sciences at the University of Wollongong. My research field is in studying and understanding the climate of the past and putting our current climate in the context of that knowledge. And I do that using corals that have been collected from the Pacific Ocean. And the corals, as they grow, record the climate in their skeleton. Well, I became involved in the project because I think it's really important to communicate climate science and science in general. And art is a really novel way of doing that. A lot of what I'm doing is explaining the science that I do and then letting Jo and Agnieszka kind of take their creativity and make something of it. So I'm hoping that we achieve a really strong engagement with the general public, and I hope people can go away from seeing the artwork and know a bit more about the world around them. I hope that beyond that we can look at how we can communicate science better and break down some of the barriers between disciplines and between approaches.
Needs to be kind of a height and working out a way of hiding it so that it can't be kind of taken off, so it's around here.
We are developing these samples into our artworks for the exhibition Spinning Worlds at the Museum of Applied Arts and Sciences. The museum's agenda to engage public in the intersection of contemporary arts and sciences is central to our research.
The Research Fellowship really aims to support multidisciplinary research in the arts and sciences. Joe and Agnieszka's proposal really stood out that year. What we could really see in their proposal was deep knowledge of the history of textiles and also a great commitment and practice around new technologies. There was a really authentic intersection across the arts and sciences. The other thing we responded to was a commitment to try and think differently through their research, to encourage their collaborators, the scientists that they were working with, to see things from different perspectives as well. I think this is a fantastic opportunity for the museum to demonstrate how our incredible holdings of cultural material can be used in varied ways. Seeing it influence and generate the creation of new cultural material is a really important ambition of the museum. I am excited to show it because it's really dynamic contemporary art, but there's science in this, there's something to learn, there's new knowledge being formed. I'm really excited to share it with the public.
In this collaborative project, we found listening, negotiating and respecting other researchers' perspective was critical to developing ideas and working together.
This collaboration made it possible for us to explore new materials, new processes and new knowledge in new contexts. It enabled us to solidify our thinking and making and create new multisensory artworks that respond to issues that we are really passionate about.